Take a look inside Oprah Winfrey's $90 million house. Oprah Winfrey is often regarded as the most successful and well-known public personality in contemporary history. Although her social media fame, her massive property has not been shown to the public until now. She prefers solitude, which is why many people are unaware of her house in Southern California. Small Screen Queen. Oprah Winfrey is not just well-known on social media, but she's also a powerful influencer. If you claim you don't know this wonderful lady, you'll be greatly understating the case. She's often seen on several television stations. She's built her own kingdom over the previous 5 decades. You could question where this amazing lady with such a massive business life is. It's reasonable to understand when you see someone with this much accomplishment. She's now worth $3.1 billion. You should check around her house to discover where and how she lives. So, we're giving you a sneak look inside her massive house. A gorgeous getaway. It comes as no surprise that Oprah lives in one of the richest areas in the United States. The neighborhood is known as Montecito, and it's situated in the Southern California city of Santa Barbara. The Santa Ynez Mountains and the Pacific Ocean surround the city. The location's well-known, and even Santa Barbara travel sites caution visitors not to overreact or panic out while passing by her neighborhood and seeing her massive home. Many individuals become scared when they see such a really famous person's home. It's pretty normal, but they nevertheless issue cautions to prevent this behavior. But the actual issue is why Oprah decided to reside in this community. So let's get to that. A chance encounter. Oprah's fortune is the culmination of her charm, intellect, tenacity, and well-planned professional decisions. She wasn't intending on any of this when she first arrived in Montecito. She was doing well in her own right as a real estate strong person. But she wasn't sure what sort of home her ideal house would be. It was soon fixed when she attended a party by chance in 2001. The event was hosted on the grounds of a beautiful house. Oprah was utterly engrossed in the magnificence of this area, and the proprietors had no idea what would happen next. Oprah's offer. Oprah's money is the result of charm, intelligence, determination, and well-thought-out professional judgments. When she initially came to Montecito, she had no intention of doing any of this. She was doing well in her own right as a real estate strong person. She wasn't sure what kind of house her dream house would be. It was quickly resolved when she happened to attend a party in 2001. The gathering was held on the grounds of a lovely home. Oprah was completely captivated in the splendor of this location, and the owners had no idea what would happen next. Fit for a queen. The mansion was ideal for a celebrity like Oprah. The grounds of the Montecito estate were initially established in 1912, but various adjustments and improvements have been undertaken throughout the years. The total facility is 23,000 feet. The Santa Ynez Mountains and the Pacific Ocean may be seen from the ground. The mansion's current appearance was finished in 1959 and is valued at $88 million in today's market. It features 6 bedrooms, 14 bathrooms, and 10 fireplaces in its sacred hallways. Other rooms in the home might be converted into a theater and a wine cellar. This would be hers. Home at last. Finally, Robert Veloz and his wife decided to sell their home to Oprah. This home was suddenly hers, and it was the most amazing thing she'd ever experienced. She needed to make modifications to make it seem more like home. While walking with her fitness guru friend Bob Green, Oprah thought the home needed a name. Tara 2 came to her as a name because it reminded her of Gone with the Wind. Her companion, however, declined. Keeping perspective. Robert Green wanted to encourage Oprah to keep things in perspective in the context of this glorious occasion. Oprah was a Black American lady born into poverty in Mississippi. Her ability to embrace all of this constituted a watershed moment. Oprah was never hesitant about talking about her rough background before becoming a real estate billionaire. In Jim Crow-era Mississippi, she was born to a single mother and raised by her grandmother. Her family was in such financial distress that she had to dress in potato sacks. Bob had a suggestion for the name of her residence. Searching for inspiration. After considerable deliberation, Bob advised her to study the Bible as her source of inspiration. He came up with the term Promised Land, and Oprah thought that no name could be better. As a result, it became the identity of her new castle. She had to make preparations after purchasing her ideal house in order to customize it to her satisfaction. She implemented new improvements and completed large-scale innovations. She wanted to decorate in her own unique manner. For starters, there's the library, which has a large collection of volumes dedicated to the hero of writing. Yet there's more today. Fabulous foyer. This was Oprah's mansion's main entry hall, known as the foyer. A beautiful white staircase curls up through the creamy yellow walls. The most noticeable feature of the hallway's entry was the presence of photos and her friends and loved ones on the table. Numerous objects were discovered that were quite common and might be found in anyone's house. She's still a person despite her money and rank. The remainder of the home, on the other hand, is fit for a queen. Cooking up a storm. It's evident that this property has a well-organized, well-arranged, and big kitchen. But the kitchen was so much more. She discovered that the art of the kitchen has its own fireplace after relocating to the Promised Land. A fireplace is a fine concept, but Oprah wanted to get rid of it since many of her visitors, usually friends, walk straight to the kitchen. She didn't mind the fireplace, but she wished she had more room. Her mansion's next rooms have plenty of space. Reading room. Thus, there was a reading room in her home with every detail carefully considered. One of the sofas had a huge doll on it. Oprah grew up in poverty and didn't have enough money to purchase toys. However, no toys mirrored her skin hue. Therefore, this doll reflects personal and societal growth. Oprah's always wanted to encourage her admirers to read, which is why she founded Oprah's Book Club. The rear wall was filled with Oprah's remarkable collection. There's still much to appreciate. Welcome to the Promised Land. It's reasonable for her to have a guest room, and it wouldn't be any less than the rest of the home. There were extravagant preparations for the visitors. You can imagine how luxurious it would be if you were invited by the Queen of Television. The shelves in the rooms were brimming with bouquets of fresh flowers, adding aroma to the space. Furniture and furnishings were in delicate lilac and lavender tones. There was also a fireplace for the harsh California winters. A meal with Oprah. Several candelabras dangle over the table and from each ceiling. This will undoubtedly transport you to the world of Beauty and the Beast. The dining room's wood table has been polished with such care that it's like a crystal ocean reflecting the sky. Checkered for success. The most astonishing aspect about Oprah's home is that each area looks to be completely unique. Every room has its own color scheme and furnishings, which contributes to the overall attractiveness of the home. The renowned green striped sofa, together with luxurious cushions and daisies, has been sold. The complete set was auctioned off for $3,000. Yet this Promised Land has more to offer than just dwelling space. Care for a cuppa? Oprah's tea parlor had a totally different function at first. It was originally designed as a place for the garden crew to cut and arrange flowers. Nevertheless, Oprah changed her mind and decided that it should be a place to unwind with a great cup of tea. The tea shop is designed in such a manner that there's no distraction. There's no television or any other digital gadget for entertainment. Here is the area to unburden yourself of electrical devices and sit quietly and unwind. Space to relax? Another living area at Oprah's Montecito estate. This room is a little cluttered, and there are numerous artifacts like candles, portraits, a mirror, and a piece of furniture wherever you look. With such a vast amount of area in her Promised Land, Oprah has lots of opportunities to experiment. She may experiment with her design ideas at her workplace and keep things in motion. Penny for your thoughts? Andrew Walker and David Simmons are the two top designers in Oprah's Promised Land, and they're responsible for many of the decor. These were the guest house's true masterminds. The primary room of the home, of course, is the massive penny on the wall, and the rest of the colors are inspired by it. The designers discovered an unusual statue of Lincoln's head at an antique auction in Waukesha, Wisconsin, not far from Oprah's childhood home. The outside of the home is just as essential as the inside. The expansive grounds provide enough area for usage. Hallelujah Lane. Oprah has a strong religious foundation, and she has a biblical motif of the Promised Land, which is why one of her primary routes in the beautiful garden is named Hallelujah Lane. A white Greco-Roman statue sits with a calm look enclosed by wrought iron arches. Sombrule roses wind their way through the arches, while smaller iceberg roses surround the monument. Everything is surrounded by white hydrangea plants. It was done on purpose to honor Oprah's grandmother, who reared her and her identical flowers outside their house in Mississippi. Nonetheless, this isn't the only episode on her vast estate. Coming up with a name. First, Oprah needed a name for her new estate. Tara 2 is the first name she thought of since it reminded her of Gone with the Wind. Nevertheless, after some deliberation, her friend Bob Greene concluded that such a moniker would not do credit to Oprah's amazing property. He attempted to think of several names, and after consulting the Bible for inspiration, he came up with one. He proposed the name The Promised Land for Oprah's property. Naturally, she was immediately drawn to the name since it complemented the general tone of her new home. Thus, she adopted the proposal from Greene and chose to title her new house Promised Land. Finally home. Oprah finally had her new home, yet there were some items that were still missing. The next step is to begin a major project that will allow her to design and customize her own home in her own way. To make that vision a reality, she had to collaborate with a number of well-known designers. She collaborated with designers Andrew Walker and David Simmons, who were in charge of the mansion's interior design. Given the huge size of Oprah's estate, the full design job took a long time to complete. Nevertheless, once completed, her house was ultimately turned into the one she had envisioned.